Right now, I can tell you we have multiple casualties and multiple fatalities. We have 11 deceased victims. They are at the scene. We had 6 more victims who were transported to area hospitals. I do not have the condition of those victims at this particular time. I can tell you that one of the individuals shot by the suspect is a Virginia Beach police officer, and he was saved by his vest. We've established a family assistance center at Princess Anne Middle School. That's at Nemo Parkway and Holland Road for the employees who worked in Building 2 so that they can meet up with their friends and their families. We're also in the process of identifying all of our victims so that we can make personal notification to family members. We do know that shortly after 4 p.m. this afternoon, the suspect entered Building 2. He's a longtime employee of Public Utilities. I will not release his name at this time. And he immediately began to indiscriminately fire upon all the victims. Officers entered. Once the call went out, the officers were at headquarters. They responded to Building 2. They secured as much of the victims as they could, and then they engaged with the suspect. The suspect did shoot a police officer. Officers returned fire. The suspect is deceased. While the scene is secure, we have a long-term investigative process that's being undertaken right now. There's a lot of work to be done. It's still an active scene. We are being assisted due to the size and scope and intensity of this scene. We're being assisted by the FBI Forensics Unit, DHS Forensics Unit, and the Virginia State Police Forensics Unit. Medical examiner also is en route, which is protocol for the medical examiner's office. Right now we have a lot of questions. The whys, they will come later. Right now, we have more questions really than we have answers. We're a little more than 2 hours into this event. And we use the word event, that's a cop term, this devastating incident that happened that none of us want to be here talking about. This devastating incident which is going to change the lives of a number of families from our city.
It was around 4 o'clock when it happened, and my supervisor heard a noise and just basically got everybody in her office, and I called 911 and stayed on the phone with them until they said to stay in there until the cops got there to let us come out. There was probably about 20 of us in an office crammed in. We barricaded the door.
Did you hear any gunshots?
Yes. Yeah, we did.
What's going on through your home to know?
Just that I'm okay, and we tried to do everything we could to keep everybody safe and, barricaded in as much as possible. We were all just terrified. We almost kind of felt like it wasn't real, that we were in a dream. You hear this all the time on the news, but you don't think it's ever going to happen to you. And then when it actually happens, it's almost like an out-of-body experience. And you're just terrified because all you can hear are the gunshots, and you wondering if he's going to come in where you're at, or if he's is going to come, in your office or where you're at or where your friends are at. It's just, we all know each other, and that was the biggest thing, was just trying to make sure everybody was okay. I just don't know why anyone would do something like that. I don't know what would possess somebody to just come in and just start shooting at people.
That you have seen this, that you have seen were injured. What would you want to say to them?
We tried everything we could to keep them safe, so I'm sorry if anybody got hurt.
I wasn't near any windows or anything, but we did have the officers to come in and let us know to stay inside of the building. We heard shooting, but we didn't think it was that close, like in proximity of the building. They told us all clear, you're perfectly safe to leave. The shooter has been apprehended. I'm sure they couldn't give us any more than that,